saying you're prideful about your voice?
No, because I recognize that I had absolutely nothing to do with my voice is my mom's.
I confess, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of your preaching voice.
Now, I will say this. I told my wife when we first went to First Pres, I said, "Now look, when the little old ladies come up to me after church and tell me what a good preacher I am, understand that what they mean is they can hear me." Yeah, Yeah. And it's because I have a loud voice, and even with their hearing problems or hearing aids, they can actually hear me preach. So I don't have an accent like Sinclair Ferguson or somebody, that the Alistair Beggs and the Sinclair Fergusons people love to listen to the accent. I don't have one of those, but I do have a loud voice.
Hey, but we're talking about pride. Let's roll out the resume. You were a radio DJ.
I was a radio DJ.
Tell us when and
well,
where.
I mean, in high school, my mom had been a DJ when she was a young person and continued to do radio and television. And so in high school, I was a disc jockey, and I ran the radio station for the high school, and I was the announcer for the basketball games, and I loved doing that. That was so fun. In fact, I would, back in the days of cassette tapes, you probably don't remember those, Matt, I would record myself calling games. And so I would call basketball games, on cassette tapes and then play them back, so I loved listening to great announcers. There were some just amazing Vin Scully and Harry Carey and all of these guys. I would listen to them call games. So yeah, I've been around radio a little bit.
Yeah. Well, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Yes. Yeah. So as we think about this topic of pride manifesting in ministry, you mentioned how often the point of pride is tethered to where the Lord has gifted us, which makes sense. I think for me, I often see pride manifest in my self-sufficiency. I've only been a lead pastor. It's been less than 3 years, but I can already see how it's possible, very dangerously possible, to just click into autopilot and to start to functionally lean on gifts more than on grace. And I think that one of the most objective measures that I'm doing that is that I have a pathetic prayer life at times. I think it's been said, who you are alone on your knees is who you are indeed.
Right.
Prayer is the most objective measurement of our dependence on God, because the things we pray about, we're trusting God to handle. The things we don't pray about, we're trusting that we can handle on our own. And when I see prayerlessness in my life, which is far more common than I would like to admit, not just as a Christian but as a pastor, that prayerlessness is nothing less than pride. And because I'm thinking that I can be God to these people.